I didn't sleep with my husband's best friend to get revenge. I did it after I found out the truth about what they had both been hiding from me. If you think cheating is the worst thing that can happen in a marriage, just wait until you hear what came before it. I never planned to ruin my marriage. That's the lie everyone tells themselves, that I woke up one day angry, reckless, and decided to ruin everything in one foolish night. But the truth is, by the time I slept with my husband's best friend, my marriage had already been broken for a long time. I just didn't know it yet. My husband, Tunde, was the kind of man everyone admired. He was calm, disciplined, and respected. The kind of man other men wanted to be like, and the kind of man women's mothers hoped their daughters would marry. And always by his side was his best friend, Sola. Sola and Tunde grew up together. Same street, same struggles, same dreams. They called each other brothers. When I married Tunde, I didn't just marry a man. I married the bond he shared with Sola, a bond I wasn't allowed to question. At first, I admired it, until I started noticing the silence. Whenever I entered a room, their conversation would stop. Sola knew things about my marriage that I never told anyone. Tunde would always say, "Sola understands," whenever I complained about feeling lonely. Lonely. That word followed me everywhere in that house. Tunde stopped touching me like he used to. Sex became something we just did, not something we enjoyed. It became scheduled, mechanical, and emotionless. When I asked Tunde if something was wrong, he would sigh and tell me I was overthinking things. And Sola noticed everything. He noticed when I quietly cried in the kitchen. He noticed when I flinched whenever Tunde dismissed my feelings. He noticed when I stopped asking questions and started pulling away. One night, after Tunde went on a work trip, Sola came over to check on me. We sat in the living room. Too close, too quiet. That night, he looked at me differently. Not like his best friend's wife, not like family, but like a woman who was breaking. I should have told him to leave, but I didn't. Because that night, without meaning to, Sola said something that broke my world open. He said, "You don't know the full story, do you?" I asked him what he meant. He looked uncomfortable, like he didn't want to say anything. Then he said, "Ask Tunde why he married you when he did." I felt my heart tighten. When Tunde came back, I asked him. He laughed it off at first, then got angry, then became silent. That silence told me everything was wrong. 2 days later, I found the truth not from Tunde, but from a message he never meant for me to see. The message explained why my husband never really chose me, why our marriage always felt like a compromise, why Sola had always been too involved. That night, I felt like the world was crashing down on me. And when Sola showed up again, I didn't push him away. I didn't think about loyalty. I didn't think about my marriage. I didn't think about the consequences. I just wanted to feel seen. That was the night everything crossed a line that could never be erased. But here's the part no one expects. Sleeping with my husband's best friend wasn't the worst thing I did. Not even close. I didn't confront Tunde immediately. That message sat in my phone like a bomb waiting to explode. Once you know the truth, you can't unlearn it, and I wasn't ready for answers that would destroy the life I thought I had. The message was from Sola. It was old, 2 years old, sent the night Tunde proposed to me. "Guy, if you're sure about this, do it. But don't forget why we're doing it. Why we're doing it." The heartache didn't just break me, it crushed me. When Tunde came home that night, I looked at him like he was a stranger. the way he loosened his tie, the way he kissed my forehead like it was just a habit, not something he wanted, the way he asked about my day without really listening. I asked him again, this time calmly, "Why did you marry me?" He smiled and said, "Because I love you." I laughed. It wasn't a soft laugh. It was sharp, broken, a laugh that startled both of us. I showed him the message. That's when I saw real fear in Tunde's eyes. Not guilt, not regret. Fear. He sat down slowly, like his legs had given up on him. And then he said the words that changed everything. "I didn't plan to fall in love with you." I swear, something left me in that moment. Maybe my dignity. Maybe my soul. He told me everything after that, or at least enough to destroy me. When we met, he was in deep trouble. A bad business deal, money owed, his reputation on the line. And I, without knowing, it was the answer to his problems. My family name, my connections, my clean image. I wasn't chosen. I was a solution. Sola knew. Sola helped. Sola encouraged it. That's why Sola was always around. That's why Sola defended him whenever I complained. That's why Sola watched me so closely. I wasn't just married into their friendship. I was a project. When I asked Tunde if he ever loved me, he went silent again. Then he said, "I grew to care." Care, not love. I went to the bathroom and threw up. That night, I didn't sleep. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment, our wedding day, our honeymoon, all the times I begged him to open up, only for him to tell me I was too emotional. I wasn't emotional. I was unwanted. The next evening, Sola came over again. I didn't invite him. He said Tunde asked him to check on me. Liar. He already knew. The moment we locked eyes, something shifted. No pretending, no brotherly distance. He said softly, "Now you know." I asked him how long he'd known. He said, "From the beginning." I asked him why he never told me. He said, "Because you looked happy." I slapped him hard. He didn't flinch. Instead, he said something that made my knees weak. "You don't deserve what he did to you. And you don't have to keep pretending." That was when the line between right and wrong started to blur. Not because I wanted him, but because he saw me. He saw me when my own husband never did. That night, when Sola touched me, it wasn't out of passion. It was out of grief, anger, and betrayal. It was a moment where everything inside me spilled out. But here's the part I haven't told anyone yet. When it was over, Sola didn't look relieved. He looked satisfied. And then he said something that made my blood run cold.
Please watch the full video on YouTube with the link in my comment section or the link on my bio. Thank you.